Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Ayinka here, and it's all about girl power if you ask me. Joining me this morning are two young women. On my right, Krista Daniel, the Gender and Communications Officer for Caribbean Women in Leadership. Good morning, Krista.
Hi, good morning.
And Eilish Elliott is joining me from Parl Americas as well, as we get ready to chat about young women in leadership. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Now, this is a two-day program that is organized by Caribbean Women in Leadership and Parl Americas, so a partnership, in partnership with the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
A lot said there in terms of partnerships, but what do we actually expect, Krista?
Okay, so what we are doing is we're trying to target young women. Well, we are targeting young women 18 to 25 with an interest in leadership. You must be residing in Trinidad and Tobago to attend a two-day workshop, which will be held in March. And the purpose of this particular conference is to help young women to propel themselves into areas, leadership, decision-making, politics. So we will be helping them. You know, what's the word I'm looking for, Eilish?
It's really focused on encouraging young women to think about public leadership as a career path for them.
Lovely.
So it's building networks, skills, and knowledge on different topics, and then also encouraging discussions among these young women on issues that are important to them and hearing their perspectives on these issues that everybody's kind of grappling with.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So there'll be an exchange of information from what you're saying, because as much as we are encouraging them or equipping them with the tools they need to have these conversations, you're going to derive what conversations they want to have as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful and very important, almost in keeping with the conversation we had previously where we were talking about bridging the gap between communications of millennials versus boomers and the likes.
Yeah.
Females in particular have it pretty tough because we're often shunned for authoritative positions. And so in terms of the role each of these entities would play, perhaps you can give me a little bit more insight, Eilish?
Absolutely. So Parl Americas is an interparliamentary organization. So we work with parliaments across the hemisphere on issues like climate change, open parliament, and then gender equality is a key issue area for us. So we work largely with parliamentarians, but then we also have a wonderful partnership with Caribbean Women in Leadership to strengthen women's political representation in the region. We still see underrepresentation of young women, underrepresentation of women generally in decision-making spaces. So this is really an initiative that we're looking at in terms of looking at how we can move forward on that.
Yes, and Caribbean Women in Leadership, we are an independent, non-partisan Caribbean organization. So it's not only about Trinidad and Tobago. There will be rivals across the region. And we have been in existence since 1998. And our purpose is to build capacity, assist women in learning more about themselves, but also helping them propel themselves into leadership positions, not only in politics, but different areas. So that's what the Caribbean Women in Leadership is about. And we are very excited about this collaboration with Parl Americas and Parliament. One of the things we want young women to know is our deadline was originally the 20th, but we have extended the deadline to the 30th. So if you want to apply and you are 18 to 25, please email us at ywill@cwill.org and we will contact you so that you can be a part of this beautiful partnership.
Y'all are getting me excited. I'm not 18 to 25, but I'm definitely excited because these sorts of forums didn't necessarily exist before.
Yes.
Now, although your entity has been around for some time, I imagine this is part of a wider reaching plan and some larger goals that we would have to eventually execute. How long, though, does this start? Well, because we were talking about being regional. This starts in Trinidad. We're going to go to other Caribbean countries. How long for, let's say, the 2020 calendar can we expect to see the next phase, well, before, sorry, we can see the next phase popping up?
Well, we will be doing training for general elections coming up in Trinidad, in Jamaica. We will also be doing YWILLs in Jamaica and Grenada. So we have a lot planned for the year. We will also be attending CSW, and we will also be in Chile representing women of the region, so that again we can propel ourselves forward, but also understanding that the Caribbean as a whole, our issues are not the same as the rest of the world. So we want to get out there and let people hear our voices and understand what we are facing in the region.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Now this morning I woke up to news of the Greek president being the first female, and I know we could all celebrate that a little bit. So I guess those will be talking points or points of reference at the very least if we're talking about having women in leadership positions. One of the things to be noted of that position though is that it is largely ceremonial, and I imagine there's a distinction between something more functional or more influential than ceremonial. Can you give a little bit of insight into that, either of you? Simply from the standpoint of information for young girls looking out there and hoping to be presidents and prime ministers.
Did you have any thoughts?
Well, one of the things we looked at in the region is we have more and more women entering leadership positions. We have more and more women in parliaments. So it's not as if our women are just in ceremonial positions. We are in these key decision-making positions. It's important that young women and girls see other women in the region, not only worldwide, but see other women doing these things. So what we have noted is younger and younger women are getting into politics. Younger and younger women are CEOs. One of the things I guess a lot of people don't know is Jamaica has the highest number of female CEOs per capita in the world. So that's something for us to be happy about, to champion.
So Trinidad's coming up second.
Hopefully. We have a lot more women entering positions in the public sector, judiciary. So it's a lot happening in the region that a lot of people don't know about. So again, as we continue to share the message, as we continue to educate girls, as we continue to reach out to different sectors and different communities, we want to get the word out that women are here and we are doing what we need to do in order to make not only women's issues heard, but issues for the entire world heard.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And representation is so important too. It's so wonderful to see in positions of all sectors, of all levels, to see really what's possible. So celebrating all of those women and promoting the work that they're doing and supporting one another is very important all across.
What's important for us too is to say thank you to all our male allies. We love you and we thank you very much for everything that you do for us. And it's not only about women, it's about everyone sharing in what we have to say and do. Yeah?
It is definitely a partnership, a beautiful one between the two entities. So again, thank you very much to Krista Daniel, Gender and Communications Officer for Caribbean Women in Leadership. And to my left, Eilish Elliott for Parl Americas. Thank you ladies for joining me. We're going to have you guys soon because coming up in March, we'll need to get more information.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
But before you leave, how do we get in touch with you to either join entities or be part of this upcoming conference? You
can email us at ywil@ciwil.org, YWIL@ciwil.org. Please contact us and we will email you so you can log on and register for the conference.
Very beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
And so while Carrie can't be a part of the conference, he certainly can carry on parts of discussions that we're going to be enthralled in this morning. So